Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. Can we talk with Monique? I am Monique. Thank you so much for joining me. Please remember to like and subscribe and hit that little bell. That way you'll be notified of all of my new uploads and podcasts. So I'm doing this particular upload for a subscriber. They are having a very difficult time during this pandemic or COVID-19, and they're questioning whether or not going no contact was that the best thing to do. So this is part 2 of staying no contact during the pandemic and after. So for many people now, we're quarantined, we're in our homes, we're not having much interaction with many people. But for those of us who have been in relationships or situationships with individuals, be it the opposite sex or individuals with close partners and or family members, and we've gone no contact, we might be feeling lonely. You might be feeling like, should I have done this? Is this just too difficult to do? Did I make the right decision? You might even be having financial problems, and the narcissist or the toxic person that you were involved with, the abusive person, may have finances to be able to assist you, and you're wondering, gosh, I'm really, really struggling. Is this the right thing to do? I'm doubting whether or not going no contact at this particular time because I'm really afraid or scared or just feeling lonely. And these are normal feelings to have. I don't think that they're abnormal. Even outside of a pandemic, it is still a very difficult thing to not speak to, talk to, or even interact with the person that you once cared about but realized really did not care about you. So having those feelings and emotions, I don't think is abnormal. I think that's a normal way to feel. And I think the added stress comes in now when you're sitting and watching the news and all you hear is about death and destruction. It makes it very difficult to even function outside of having regular ordinary problems. So yes, being doubtful, I think, is something that would cross anybody's mind. Like, gosh, I really need to talk to someone because I'm really feeling scared or nervous or in a way. And I would say to you, your feelings are normal. I would not watch the news as much, because that can give a person a level of uncertainty and unneeded anxiety. I would really try my best to maybe do some other things, like continue watching these videos to strengthen yourself. Reading is really important. If you do have a close friend or relative, I would speak with them. Exercising in the house is good, but finding things to do to take your mind off of what is happening. But I would say that, yes, it is difficult when you're going no contact. It is just what it is. There's no easy way around it. It is not easy purposefully separating yourself from someone who doesn't mean you well. It's not easy to do that. But at the end of it, long term, you have to think about yourself. One of the things you have to do, I think, and this is just my personal opinion, is to I don't want to dwell on things, but when you start feeling like you want to call a person who may have physically, mentally, spiritually maybe abused you or even financially abused you, think about the things that they have done, right? Think about the things, write them down, because sometimes with the cognitive dissonance, we sometimes forget, like, wait a minute, they are not so bad after all. And then we think, well, no, this person hit me when I was pregnant or gave me an STD or cheated on me with 25 different women, didn't come home, didn't help me find. All of those things you have to remember, because then you realize this was the reason why you left this person and went no contact. Did they humiliate you? Did they demean you? Did they just ignore you? This was a constant arguments. Did they sabotage everything that you did or try to do to build yourself up? Did they call you names? names? Did they hit you and beat you? Those things, unfortunately, you write them down and go back to the book where you wrote them down at, and then you'll start to remember, oh my God, I remember the day, and I was pregnant and he hit me. I mean, these are some of the horror stories that I've heard of, with domestic violence. And we know that with domestic violence, a lot of these individuals are toxic. But number one, they're narcissists. Most of them are narcissists, and a lot of them are sociopaths, and some of them display antisocial personality disorder. So we have to remember and remind ourselves, when you start to really feel weak, I think it's time to pull that book out and read over some of the things that this person has done. And 9 times out of 10, if you've been in a relationship for years, maybe 5 years, 10 years, and maybe not even then, some of these individuals can do major damage in people's lives just being in their life for a year. People have lost jobs, went homeless, and even lost their lives. So take out that book, what you wrote down, and look at it and read it. And the memories will come rushing back, and you will put that book down and you will say, you know what? I am not contacting this individual again, because he believe you me and hear me loud and clear. If you do go back, and that is a personal decision, people are grown, they can do what they want. It has been my belief. It has been my experience. It has been, the belief of many people on the channel or with other channels, and it has been the word out in the street is, if you go back to these individuals, they will do you so dirty, and then they will discard you. It will be worse than it was before, especially if this person has been violent. You do not want to go back to an individual like that, because they are going to go back to their love bombing stage, and then they are going to, especially if you left them, there will be a narcissistic injury, and it will be an issue for you. So if you think you feel bad now, just wait if you go back to this person. So I know that it might be hard. I know that all of this anxiety with COVID-19 may make you feel, that you need to be with somebody, because this is a scary time, especially if you're by yourself and maybe don't have siblings or children. But I would say, call those support lines. They're doing a lot of counseling by way of Zoom. I would say, if you're having financial problems, because sometimes people have financial issues and that will lead them back to the narcissist or the abusive person, toxic person, I would say call some of these hotlines. If you're behind on your bills, call and make arrangements and see if you can get help that way. Everybody is deferring payments for car notes, rent, that type of thing. If you need food, go to the food pantries. They do have food. They can help you with food. Call your local church. Call the Catholic charities. Try to find ways to try to get help and get money, so that way you do not have to go back to an abusive person. In my video, there is a hotline for the domestic violence hotline, and they may be able to refer you somewhere where you can get counseling and or find some help financially. But it is not a good idea to go back to these individuals. It is best to stay no contact, just how she's in this picture. Just stay no contact with these individuals, and keep those boundaries. They may have hoovered you, but again, it never ends good with narcissists. They always go back to the degrading, demeaning. They always go back to the same behavior, and there's a reason why you went no contact. Guys, most of us who are human and who have empathy and a heart and are human, because I'm sorry, I hate to say it, but a lot of these sociopaths, I don't know. I don't believe that I call them entities, and I'm just going to leave it that way. But there's a reason why we leave. People just don't leave a relationship and go no contact. They leave because they've been abused and hurt and just injured in such harsh ways that they have no other choice to save themselves. Because if not, one of three things will happen. They will kill you if they're violent. You will die yourself inside and then physically eventually from being with these blood-sucking individuals because they're everything is about them. And then three, you will live a miserable life. So most people, women and men, they go no contact. You went no contact for a reason. You went no contact for a purpose. People just do not go no contact, change numbers, block numbers. Narcissists will do that to be spiteful. But normal human beings who don't have personality disorders, we don't go no contact with people. If we're your friend forever. But if we go no contact, if people usually go no contact, it is for a darn good reason. You're trying to get away from being poisoned and being detrimentally affected for the rest of your life. Like I said, some people's stories, are in different spectrums, depending on what type of narcissist you're dealing with. Some people have, like I said, at the far end of the spectrum, have lost their lives through the domestic violence. And then others have lost a job, have lost their kids, lost their hair. I got a video on, the narcissist will make you lose your hair. They've lost their health. I have a video on that. I can attest to the health and the hair part because these individuals, they don't care anything about you. You can do and do and do and do and do, and they will take and take and take and take and take, and you will suffer. So for the person who said do another video on no contact, stay no contact. You went no contact for a reason. We go no contact for a reason. And as you go no contact, yes, it's damn hard. It is one of the hardest things you can do. But at the end of the day, you'll be able to smile and say you did it. You're free. You escaped. You have your life back. You have yourself back, your soul back. These soul snatching, narcissistic, dang on people, they are soul snatchers. That's what they are. So at the end of the day, stay no contact. Call those hotlines. See if you can get help, because that's the only way you're going to survive and make it. Especially now in these times that we're living in, these people are desperate. They don't care. There's an epidemic of narcissism going on. Stay no contact. Protect yourself. Love yourself. And I'm going to start to build my platform. Not only is it here to bring awareness, but to help support people who are going through just what we've gone through. You can make it. You can do it. You can. It's hard as heck. But guess what? It's for the best. Do you think any of us, all of us on this platform who have channels, and the most of us who have listened to these videos, we've had to go no contact? That's the only way. It's the only way. And it's not easy. I've had to go no contact with family members because of the mistreatment. And I mean really bad treatment for years. I've had to go no contact with my former spouse that I used to live with because of the abuse. So guys, look, no contact is not easy. Okay? No contact is just a hellified situation. And it is hard in the first month, but after the second month, third month, fourth month, fifth month, it gets better. And then you start to come back to yourself. And you build your self-esteem back up, and you build your self-awareness back up. So yes, stay no contact now during the pandemic and even after. Call those hotlines. Try to get support from those organizations to help you. But guys, sometimes this is your life. And these individuals, they don't value love. They don't value life. They don't value relationships. They have no empathy. They really don't care. So whereas you might be sad and upset and you know that you're not with this person, they don't care. Their only thing is either to get revenge, or if they're saying they care about you, is only to get back with you to go ahead on and hurt you again, because they have to win at all costs. Okay. And I'll do a video about that. But yes, stay no contact during this pandemic, whether there was a pandemic going on or not, especially if you were able to escape. That's the healthiest thing for you. It's just like drugs. Drugs is something that's toxic to your body, right? And the way that you get rid of the toxicity is to stop taking it, distance yourself from it, and never take it again. It's the same thing with toxic people. You distance yourself from them. You don't deal with them ever again. Most of these individuals do not change. 99% of them don't. They perform the same behavior over and over again. I'm here to tell you, I was married to one. They do the same thing, the word salad, the verbal abuse, the projection. They do the same thing, lie, pathological liar, stealing and cheat. I mean, this is what they do. That's their MO. And a lot of us didn't know what we were dealing with until we found YouTube and educated ourselves about what NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, was. We didn't know what sociopathy was. Heck, I'm a nurse and I didn't even know what the heck was going on. I just thought, well, maybe they'll get better. And I just lost myself, my health, and you know, you end up dying from this. There are people who have lost their lives, like I said, not only from the domestic violence, getting hit and beat or shot and killed, but then there's people who've lost their lives from constant stress, you know, stressed out. I was stressed out for years and ended up getting cancer. Come on, guys. So yes, staying no contact is vital to your life and to your health. I'm here to tell you. So hopefully, to my subscriber who wanted me to do this video, this is for you. Hopefully this helps you. And like I said, this channel is for all of us. I'm bringing awareness. I want to start coaching you guys. And I say you guys, and I know I need to correct that. And when I say you guys, I mean everyone. I want to start coaching individuals and helping them through this journey, because it's darn hard. It's hard. It's very hard. And a lot of us who have been raised in families where we were groomed for this. We were raised by narcissistic parents and things like that, groomed us to get in the relationships with other narcissists who are just entitled. Some of them just feel so entitled that their shit don't stink. Excuse my French. So anyway, yes, no contact is crucial. It is absolutely vital, and it is hard. It is hard work, you know, because like I said, if separating yourself from someone you care about and that you realize really did not care anything about you or even your children, you know, it's hard. It's difficult. You know, I have 2 sons right now, and, you know, they're grown, they're older, but their dad doesn't bother to even call them. And there was really no major backlash with me. But that's when you're no longer a part of their supply and you go no contact and you don't get involved with their, you know, them trying to hoover you or whatever, and they realize that you're not going to deal with them. Their children are just like extensions of themselves. They really don't care. They just went through the motions, you know? So guys, stay no contact, please. You know, you guys are grown. You can do what you want. But, you know, the statistics and the data shows you go back, it'll be worse than it was before. So I hope this helps all you guys. Please remember to like and subscribe and share these videos. And I will see you on the next episode of Can We Talk with Monique. Peace, fam.